In a world full of cybercrime and cyber attacks, many people still don't know how they are protected against these threats. When opening a website, often you'll see a little padlock in your browser. This means you're using HTTPS. HTTPS is just HTTP running on top of TLS, the Transport Layer Security Protocol. TLS is what actually secures the connection. It makes sure your browser and the server can agree on a secret key, so all data traveling back and forth is encrypted and protected from outsiders. TLS relies on public key cryptography and often utilizes algorithms like RSA or elliptic curve cryptography to perform a handshake. These algorithms are considered secure against attacks from today's computers, but they're not designed to resist attacks from quantum computers. Once quantum technology reaches a certain level, it could break these algorithms and expose what was thought as private communication. So if the algorithms we use today won't survive the quantum era, the obvious question is, what comes next? The answer is post-quantum cryptography, or PQC for short. PQC is a new generation of cryptographic algorithms that are specifically designed to withstand attacks from quantum computers. Instead of relying on factorization or elliptic curves, PQC uses completely different mathematical foundations like lattices, multivariate equations, or hash-based constructions. These problems are considered hard not only for contemporary computers, but also for quantum ones. When it comes to making these new algorithms a global standard, one of the key players is NIST, the National Institute of Standards and Technology in the United States. NIST has been running a multi-year competition to evaluate post-quantum algorithms and select the ones that will eventually replace today's cryptography in protocols like TLS. Their recommendations carry a lot of weight because many industries and governments around the world follow NIST standards. Asustor NAS devices also rely on the same standards we just talked about, HTTPS and TLS. These protocols help protect the data you store and access with algorithms like RSA and elliptic curves. This works perfectly well against today's attacks, but it's not designed to stand up to quantum computers. In other words, the same security weaknesses that affect the wider internet also apply to our NAS solutions. That's why it's imperative to think ahead. How can we make sure that the data you back up and manage with Asustor stays secure in a post-quantum world? Asustor has upgraded ADM with support for PQC hybrid TLS encryption, certified by the United States NIST, and uses the official Kyber algorithm. Starting with ADM 5.1, this technology is built directly into TLS 1.3 and works automatically without any manual setup. If your browser supports PQC, a secure encrypted connection is established immediately. The ADM UI clearly shows whether or not your connection is encrypted, ensuring that your Asustor NAS data remains protected against future threats posed by quantum computers. With post-quantum algorithms now in place, Asustor NAS devices can better protect your data against a threat called Harvest Now, Decrypt Later. This concept describes a scenario where attackers capture or leak encrypted data today and store it for years, waiting until future quantum computers or advanced technologies are powerful enough to decrypt it. What feels secure today could be completely vulnerable tomorrow. That's why experts and government agencies are urging the early move to post-quantum cryptography and hybrid key exchange methods as soon as possible. By using these on our NAS, we ensure your data stays safe not just now, but for decades to come, and even against attacks that exploit future quantum computing power. Another important aspect is remote access. Numerous people use WebDAV to connect to their NAS from anywhere, whether it's from home, the office, or on the go. WebDAV relies on the same encryption standards as HTTPS and TLS, which means it's also vulnerable to future quantum attacks if left unprotected. By integrating post-quantum cryptography, we can secure WebDAV connections in the same way we protect local and cloud access. This ensures that even when your files travel over the internet, the encryption is strong enough to resist quantum-powered attacks. In other words, PQC helps keep your remote access just as safe as your on-site backups, protecting sensitive files no matter where you connect from. In conclusion, post-quantum cryptography isn't just a theoretical upgrade, it's also a practical step to future-proof the security of your data. On Asustor NAS devices, it helps secure everything from backups and personal files to WebDAV remote access, keeping your information safe even as quantum computers become more and more common. By adopting PQC now, we at Asustor ensure that your data stays protected for years to come. It's about staying one step ahead so you can focus on using your NAS without worrying about the threats of tomorrow.